Got the goal of buying a house but have no idea where to start? Well, if you think you're 1 year or more away from purchasing a home, here is exactly what I recommend to do to prepare. Hello everyone, my name is Cameron Stevens, the entertainment industry's real estate agent and the owner of Stevens Real Estate, a real estate experience tailored to the creative client. Okay, so you had a few glasses of wine, you're browsing Zillow, clicking through homes, you're like, wow, this would be super cool. I think I'd like to buy a home. They all look so pretty. Let's do it. And then you wake up in the morning, that wine's no longer swirling around in your system, and you think, I don't have the slightest idea about how to make that happen. Guess what? That's most people. So the first thing is, don't worry. This process may seem daunting and complicated, but I am going to demystify it for you and tell you exactly how to prepare. And then when we do get to the complicated stuff, I will be there to help and advise until I am handing those keys over to you. But before we get to that first step, let's talk a little bit about timing. See, with interest rates so low, the cost to borrow money is historically cheap. There's some people that are feeling a lot of FOMO, okay? They're thinking, okay, well, I've got to buy now or I'm gonna miss out. And then there are other people who are thinking, well, prices are rising so fast that they've got to drop at some point. There's a big old crash coming and we should just hang back. We'll just wait until prices drop. See, the thing is, both of those lines of thinking are incorrect. The best time to buy a house is simple, when the best time is for you personally. But if you're listening to that and your reaction is, okay, yeah, I get that. Come on, Cameron, just give me a little bit of guidance on when I should buy, then the best advice that I can give to you is this. Time in the market always beats timing the market. That means buy as soon as you are comfortable, buy what financially fits you, and start paying into an asset now instead of paying into rent. You see, the longer that you own, the more equity that you build. And buying something that you love and is financially comfortable will allow you to weather any ups and downs in the market while paying yourself each month with money that you get to keep. Okay, so with that out of the way, you know that buying a home is a smart financial decision, but you're at least a year out from buying, so what do you do to prepare? Well, the first thing is to get your finances in order, making sure that all aspects of your finances, including your down payment money, your credit, and any debt are properly taken care of, and any problems that might come up along the way are addressed before you get to the loan pre-approval process. That is the first step. I advise my clients to have at least 10% as a down payment to purchase a home in Los Angeles. You will incur mortgage insurance on anything less than 20%, but interest rates are still great at these lower levels. All right, well, let's talk numbers then. The minimum price to purchase a condo in Los Angeles is about $500,000, and the minimum price for a single family home, well, that's around $700,000. Now, the maximum purchase price on a conforming loan in Los Angeles is just a touch over $1 million, so let's just keep things simple. Let's round it to $1 million even. And then let's just take as a final example some of the nicer areas of Los Angeles with, say, the best school districts. They have a median price point of about $1.5 million. So let's run that as well. And I'm going to do all of these with 10% down except that last scenario. At $500,000, that's $50,000 down and a monthly payment of about $2,400 per month. At $700,000, that's $70,000 down and a monthly payment of about $3,400 a month. At $1 million, that is $100,000 down and a monthly payment of about $4,900 per month. And at $1.5 million, they are going to make you put at least 20% down. So that is a $300,000 down payment and a monthly payment of about $7,500 per month. Just to be clear, the down payment is what you should have in cash or investments that you intend to sell to purchase a home. And the monthly payment is your mortgage payment, that's principal and interest, plus taxes and insurance as well. Now, if you have any questions about this, I have another video breaking down the home payment, but you could just book a consultation with me, and I would be happy to explain all of this in greater detail. Let's keep going. Now, you shouldn't be spending more than 40% of your gross income on housing. So here is how much total family income needs to be there to afford a home at each of these price points. At $500,000, your total income should be $72,000 per year. At $700,000, your total household income should be $102,000 per year. At $1 million, your total household income should be $147,000 per year. And at $1.5 million, your total household income should be $225,000 per year. Remember, that is total household income, and that can be across, say, two purchasers. So a couple purchasing a $500,000 home only needs to make $36,000 per year each. And at $700,000, each person only needs to be making $51,000 per year. But yes, it does show that to have $1 million home plus, at least one person is going to need to have a six-figure income to be able to comfortably afford the home. By the way, really quick, if you happen to like videos like these, please hit subscribe, hit follow, whatever platform that you happen to be on, however you found this video. That way you can stay up to date on all sorts of great information related to Los Angeles real estate, because that's what we do around here. Okay, we've looked at down payment numbers and monthly payment numbers. Now let's look at some other numbers. That would be credit scores. So if you don't know your credit score off the top of your head, go ahead and hit pause right now and check your credit score. Almost all major banks offer it as a free service, and there are many other online resources that are free as well. You just go in and type in free credit report and hit search. No, seriously, do that now. I'll wait. Chances are you got what is called your FICO score. You may have heard of this, which is just one score of the 3 credit bureaus, but don't worry, it'll be good enough to work off of. So the first major break in loan pricing is at a credit score of at least 720. Now, that's where the biggest savings come from, so that should be your goal if you are not there already. Now, there is another price break at 740. It's not quite as big as the price break at 720, but it's still a pretty good one. So if you're already at 720 or between 720 and 740, that would be another great goal for you. But really, anything above 740, it's kind of basically all the same. It just means that you've got excellent credit and lenders are happy to lend to you. Now, if you're not at 720, that is something that we should be fixing as soon as possible. Usually, you can pay off some debt like a credit card to boost the score, or if you're actually just suffering from not having enough credit build up in the first place, you can become an authorized user on, say, a family member's credit card to build up your history faster. Or, if we're far enough in advance and we know that we need to boost the credit, you can call your credit card companies and ask for an increase in your credit card limit, or you could open a new credit card and just put a couple of charges on it each month. If these steps aren't enough to boost your credit score, or they're just not good options for you, schedule a consultation with me. I've worked with plenty of people to get their credit scores up, but just being completely honest here, it can sometimes take a minimum of 6 months, which is why it's a great idea to start knowing what these things are as soon as possible. And if you have any hurdles to overcome, you can get to working on that immediately. Finally, we have debt, and specifically we're going to be talking about debt to income ratio. That's another big thing that lenders look for. So your debt to income ratio, it is all of your monthly debt payments divided by your gross monthly income. This number is one of the ways that lenders measure your ability to manage the monthly payments as you repay the money that you plan to borrow. So this is one of those things that you should definitely start calculating now, because the magic number that we're looking for here is 43% or less. Let's run some more numbers, because we just love numbers around here, don't we? So let's take that $500,000 home example. If you make $75,000 a year, that means you gross $6,250 per month. And 43% of that, well, that is $2,685. And the mortgage payment on that $500,000 home is around $2,000 per month. And that's not the total housing payment. Remember, that is just the mortgage payment, so principal and interest. So as long as your recurring debt isn't more than another $685 per month, then you should be fine. You can always still get a loan if your debt to income ratio is higher than 43%. It's just that the best loan pricing and the best interest rates are going to be at that 43% debt to income ratio. So that's why I suggest you at least shoot for that. On top of the mortgage payment, car payments, child support, student loans, that's a big one. Even if you're not the one paying them, if they're in your name, they count. And any minimum credit card payments on unpaid balances, they count towards that number. That's why taking a look at some of these things and possibly paying down things like a credit card or some remaining student loans, they can have a massive impact on your ability to finance. So if you've been following these things closely, you're gonna see some trends here. Save diligently, know your credit score, and pay down debt. To that, I'm gonna add a few miscellaneous tips to help you achieve all of these things. Instead of saving in the traditional sense, try paying yourself from your earnings and then putting the rest of that into savings. So think of yourself as an employee of your own corporation. So at Cameron Stevens Incorporated, I make a certain amount of money total. With that money, I invest a portion, I pay expenses, and then only after that do I pay Cameron Stevens, the individual. This is a mindset shift that can completely change the way that you think about savings. Knowledge is power, so use a budgeting tool. Start by just taking your credit card statements from the past year. Yep, all 12 of them, and just see what your monthly expenses are. If you don't know that number off the top of your head, this is a really good thing to know. Understand what the average is and understand how much you're truly spending per month and per year. And then if you need more help, a program like mint.com, it's free. It's great to see what your expenses are and to help categorize them as well. Then if you're really serious about buying a home, you could consider cutting back on some things for a little while, like eating out or vacations. It will be worth it in the long run for your financial future. Save like a pro. Remember, most big banks are the absolute worst place to keep money in a savings account, after literally keeping physical cash in a safe or something like that. Instead, use a high-yield savings account like Ally Bank. I have one with Ally, or Marcus by Goldman Sachs is another very highly rated one. The numbers and the percent return that you get on your savings might not look that high, but they're actually paying somewhere between 10 and 100 times more on interest for your money than, say, Bank of America and Wells Fargo. If you're more than 1 year out, I highly recommend getting a far better return on the money you're saving by being invested in index funds. So I use Vanguard. They have some incredible low-cost index funds that mimic the S&P 500, like VFIAX. You can look that up. Charles Schwab has some great low-cost index funds as well. They're no-fee, low-cost, and they mimic the S&P 500 for an excellent return. Any money that you're not touching for at least 1 year should be there in case you have to stomach a downturn of any sort. Remember, do not buy individual stocks. Buy index funds. We are not stock pickers here. We buy highly diversified index funds. So if you do that, you'll be just fine and you'll be loving the returns that you're getting. Depending on your savings, this could be tens of thousands of dollars that you are able to add to your down payment. And then when you actually get closer to buying, you can convert a portion of those investments to your high yield savings account so they are nice and protected and liquid as well. Here's a great piece of advice. Now is the time to start talking to a real estate agent. Yes, I love financial fitness, and I love helping people prepare to take the step towards buying a home, but I realize that this advice can kind of be a little bit general, and I will often actually put together a personalized financial plan and list of tips and tricks for clients for their specific situation. No, I'm not a financial advisor, but I do have some straightforward and practical advice to draw on and share. And the last step is to talk to a lender. And this just builds off of the relationship that you develop with your real estate agent, because the lender will also be taking a look at financial documents like your tax returns and your pay stubs, and they will be giving you additional advice on the financial side, how to maximize your credit score, how to improve your debt to income ratio, the things that we've also talked about as well. And the lender is that last step, as they are the ones that are issuing you the pre-approval letter, which is a signed commitment to lend you the money to purchase your first home. Okay, there you have it. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you learned a whole lot about preparing to buy your first home, especially if you're a year or more out from doing so. The best parting advice that I can give to you is start preparing now, including starting that relationship with an agent like myself earlier rather than later. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you found this information valuable, I would incredibly appreciate you sharing this video with somebody that could benefit by connecting with me. Either you can share this video directly, or you can share my website, because right there at the top is a button to book a consultation. It connects directly to my calendar and it allows us a one-on-one meeting that we could chat and I can answer any questions that you might have. These days, I work almost exclusively with referrals, because you all are the people that I know, that I trust, who appreciate the services that I offer, the expertise that I offer. And so thank you so much for referring me. And of course, if you just found this video, if you stumbled across it somewhere in the wild world of the internet, and you like me, you like my energy, you like my personality, and you think my expertise might benefit you, then I would love to work with you as well. At Stevens Real Estate, we specialize in working with creative professionals, entrepreneurs, and especially people within the entertainment industry, because I spent 7 years of my life working in animation and visual effects. And that's why I designed Stevens Real Estate to be tailored to the creative client. Plus, we offer a few value-adding programs for both buyers and sellers that no one else is offering. For buyers, we put together a full marketing plan that paints you as the right buyer for your dream home. We can also help recommend local lenders that will fit your financing situation, even if you are freelance. And don't worry about the inspections. We got you covered. They're free. I pay for all of them, no questions asked. And if you're looking to sell your home, we offer the ability to remodel now and pay when you sell. No fees, no interest, no upfront cost. It's an awesome way to just give your home a refresh before you go on the market, allowing you to profit. Plus, we pay for all of the aspects of digital marketing, from photography and drone footage and videography and 3D walkthroughs and virtual open houses, a social media campaign, a custom website, targeted emails, and more. Thanks again for watching, and if you're not on your phone, go ahead and pop your phone open and scan the QR code that's going to come up. It'll take you directly to my website where you can learn more. Otherwise, if you are on your phone, there should be a link down there somewhere where you can click to learn more.